All right, welcome back, classes of 2024 and 2025. I'm Karen DeFranco. I am the ninth grade assistant principal, and with me is...
Hi, everybody. My name is Ty Ross. I'm also an assistant principal. I'm the 10th grade guy. I'm the second best assistant principal. I will say that Mr. Franco is the first best, but when she leaves, I'm taking over number one spot.
Absolutely. So we're here today with you to share some information that you're going to need for this school year. And unfortunately, we weren't able to meet with you in person today because the auditorium is being used, but we will definitely have in-person meetings with you in the near future.
All right. Enter to learn, go forth to serve. You will hear that saying a lot, and hopefully after the time you graduate in 4 years, you'll really understand what that means. Just kidding. You'll know what that means after your first day here.
So here at Lower Merion High School, we have 4 assistant principals. Like we said, I'm Mrs. DeFranco. I am the 9th grade assistant principal. We have Mr. Ross, who is the 10th grade assistant principal. This year, Mr. Kilpatrick is the 12th grade assistant principal. Mr. Fadley is the 11th grade assistant principal. And Mr. Jason Stroop, he is the director of athletics and activities.
You forgot your new friend, the Minion. Isn't he an assistant principal now, too?
I apologize. Yes, here is our newest addition to the administrative team.
Everybody got that? All right, let's go on to the next slide. Great job, Minion. So you can meet our counselors. We have Mrs. Jen Valliere, Mrs. Natalie Kale. We have Mr. Eli Skinner. He will be joining us in mid-October. He's a great guy. Can't wait till he starts. We also have Mr. Nick Allen, Mrs. Marsha Rosen, and Mrs. Tasha Gasation. They're down in the counseling suite, always ready to help you with whatever you need.
Here at Lower Merion High School, we've had many famous alum here that have graduated from our high school. Here's a picture of several of them. So we're going to have a little friendly competition between the 9th and 10th grade advisories. So with your advisory tomorrow, take a look at this picture, and the advisory that can correctly identify the most famous alum, they will win a prize. So again, tomorrow in your advisories, take a look at this slide. We'll send a copy of the slide to your advisors so you can see it up close. The advisory that can correctly identify the most alum will win a surprise.
Can I play in that too?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so welcome back again. This is just some of the things we want to see within our student body. Kindness, integrity, respect, citizenship, and character counts. You're going to hear that a lot, especially I know you'll get a chance to meet Mr. Hughes in small groups. He's a big character guy. Character does count. We want all of our students to have great character. Not good character, but great character. Together we stand. As a community of administrators, faculty, staff, and students, we will foster a positive school environment grounded in respect, integrity, and kindness. Words to live by.
So here at Lower Merion High School, we're fortunate to have 9 campus aides as part of our Lower Merion High School family. You will see them around the building. Please make a point to say hello and to get to know them. We have our head campus aide is Mr. Jerry Velez. We have Mr. Jeff Slavin, Mr. Bernie Demore, Ms. Amy Torella, and Mr. Harry Mobley. Some of you may also remember Mr. Mobley from your days at BC.
We also have Mr. Vern Jones, Mr. Ed Monroe, Mr. Paul Heel, and Mrs. Elaine Doherty.
We also wanted to quickly review some of the health and safety precautions being taken here at Lower Merion High School. So each day, faculty, and this would also apply to students, make sure to take the district pre-screening, all right, to make sure that you're feeling well, and if you're not, to make sure to stay home. Remember that masks are mandated not only by Lower Merion School District, but that is now also a state mandate.
All right, meetings. Just quickly review some of this stuff. So meetings are going to be offered in person and virtual. all visitors that are coming in the building are going to need to be pre-approved through an administrator. Remember to sanitize and wash your hands as needed. Remember, washing your hands frequently during the day is one of the best mitigation factors. And moving through the building, you must wear a mask. Masks are required at all times inside.
And lunch you can pre-order. There will be options available, a cold option, a hot option, and salads will be available again, just as they were last year. At this point in time, no one is charged for the basic lunch. You'll want to make sure you have money on your food account if you want any of the extra drinks or snacks that are available in the cafeteria. When you are leaving class to use the restroom, please make sure to use the restroom closest to your classroom. And again, as Mr. Ross just stated, make sure to wash your hands.
All right, vaccinations for students. More good news. Families are currently submitting proof of vaccination. COVID-19 vaccine is not mandated in PA. We cannot require it. So far, between 70 and 80% of each grade here at Lower Merion High School is vaccinated. Numbers of vaccinated students will most likely continue to increase. Even without full count of our percentage of vaccinated students is significantly higher than in other district areas. If you haven't done so, please send in a photo of your vaccination card to our health services department.
Last year, many of you may have participated in some of the vaccination clinics that were offered here at Lower Merion High School. There were 5 clinics offered, and it was an amazing success to get a large portion of our community vaccinated. We will be offering an additional clinic at some point in September to offer vaccines for those who are just now becoming eligible or for others who have chosen to become vaccinated. And when they become available, we will also be offering the booster vaccines.
Spirit heads. At some
Woohoo!
How do I follow that? I mean, I was going to talk about spirit heads in the Minion. You explained that so well.
He is so excited about all the opportunities coming up.
I think we're going to have to get him a dog pound shirt. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Maybe he can run out in the field with me during our Radnor week, during the Radnor football game. We'll see. Are you ready to do that? I think so. All right, so spirit heads. At some point this week, you're going to hear from our spirit heads. We're really big on school spirit here. We want kids to be involved in everything. We want people cheering for our kids who are participating in sports and other activities. So you'll hear about dog pound shirts. They're the official fan shirt of Aces Nation. You will get more information on how to order those soon. Radnor shirts. You know, Radnor is our big rival. We're going to beat them in football this year. They're Radnor shirts for Radnor Week. That football game is November 6th at Radnor. Make sure you join Facebook. Keep up with all the events, and I believe you will learn how to do the I believe chant. We get really loud with it, intimidating to the other schools.
And here we have a few slides from Radnor Week of 2019. One of the highlights, in my opinion, of Radnor Week are the hallway wars. You'll learn more about hallway wars. They are amazing. And we just want to share a few of the pictures with you to give you an idea of what it looks like during the hallway wars.
Nice picture share. Did you make those yourself?
I did take those pictures.
Awesome. iPhones make everyone look like a professional photographer.
Absolutely.
All right, so now let's introduce the more administration. Mr. Fadley, he's the 11th grade assistant principal. You have Mr. Kilpatrick, he's the 12th grade assistant principal. Then you have me, Mr. Ross, the second best assistant principal for 10th grade. And you have Mrs. DeFranco, the best assistant principal for 9th grade. Then you have Mr. Stroop, our athletic director, director of student activities. Now our department chairs. You have Mr. Mays, our English department chair. Mr. Lowy, our Fine Arts PE department chair. Mr. Vaccaro, math department chair. Mr. Reese, science department chair. Mr. Henneberry, social studies department chair. Mrs. Van Horn, special education department chair. Mrs. Millay, world language department chair. And Mrs. Rosen, school counselors department chair. If you're a department chair, do you get a special chair? Like, what is a department chair? Do you get like a special department chair in your room?
I don't think so. I was once a department chair and I didn't get a special chair.
No. Okay.
Just saying.
I was never a department
We'll
chair.
have to
I
talk to
had ask.
Mr. Kilpatrick about that, getting them special chairs.
Got it.
One of the greatest things about Lower Merion High School are the supports that are available to each and every single one of you. Your number one support available to every single one of you are your teachers. Your teachers are an extraordinary group of individuals. They're here to help you in any way that they can. And we have some other supports available that we strongly encourage you to take advantage of. We have the Lunch and Learn program, which we'll talk a little bit more about. That will begin on September 21st. You all have an advisor. You're actually sitting in their classroom right now. You all have a school counselor. We have a literacy and writing center. We have literacy teachers and we have writing fellows who are available to help you with English or any type of writing assignment at any time. Every day, the library is staffed with 2 teachers per period, 1 humanities teacher and 1 STEM teacher. If you have a study hall or a free period, you can go to the library to meet with one of those teachers to get supports. Your study hall teachers are, classroom teachers. They may not be your English teacher or your math teacher, but if you have a question and it's a subject they teach, they're always willing to help out. We have after-school enrichment programs. There's after-school help on Tuesdays in the area of English, and there's after-school help in the area of math on Thursdays. Our literacy specialists include Miss Shannon, Dr. Revoir, and Miss Hemler. And our math specialist is Mr. Rosenkrantz. And you all have a laptop computer, which is also a support to help you here in your academics at Lower Merion.
That's why Mrs. DeFranco is the best. She memorized all that. She's incredible. Photographic memory.
No.
All right. Up next, advisory. Students, you should report to the advisory teacher that was assigned to you at the beginning of the year. Cutting advisory will result in the same consequences as cutting a class. There will be an adjusted bell schedule until September 20th. More on that in your actual advisory.
So as we mentioned earlier, Lunch and Learn will begin on September 21st. For those of you that don't know, Lunch and Learn is an hour in the middle of our day. And the way that hour is meant to be used is a half hour for lunch and a half hour to meet with teachers. So all the 10th, 11th, and 12th graders will have an opportunity to meet with Mr. Hughes during these next few days during advisory to get more details about Lunch and Learn. For 9th graders, it's a little bit different. For the first marking period up through Thanksgiving, all 9th grade students will be assigned to a specific teacher in the building. It may not be one of your teachers, but it will be one of our faculty members, and for 30 minutes you'll be assigned to that individual, and for the other 30 minutes you will have lunch. We will also have a class meeting with you later on to talk about how to use Lunch and Learn as we get closer to that date. In the meantime, all 9th grade students, and actually this is true for all students, what you will have the opportunity to eat in either the cafeteria, the gymnasium, or outdoors.
All right. Academic integrity. Administrators, faculty, and staff are all committed to support this initiative. All students are expected to maintain absolute integrity and a high standard of individual honor in their academic work. In other words, students, do your own work.
Absolutely. All right. Get ready to shine those pearly whites. Picture Day's coming, September 29th. All students will have their pictures taken during social studies classes in the auditorium. Then, during one of the advisories in late October, all students will receive their ID card. Once you have your ID card, you are expected to have it with you at all times during the school day and to attend school-sponsored activities. As sophomores, as you get closer to thinking about SATs, if you ever take an SAT or an ACT at another school, you will have to provide your student ID. You will also need your ID when you need to get service on your laptop at the Technology Center with Mr. Brown. And remember, this is your school. If you see an adult that does not have an ID, direct them to the main office or let someone in the main office know about that individual.
All right, so picture day, September 29th, means I should get a haircut probably around September 28th. Got it. Attendance procedures. The attendance office is located in the main office. It's at Mrs. Davis. Late arrivals, early dismissal must enter and exit out of the main office. You must have a pass from the attendance office in order to enter class. All exterior doors will be locked at 7:30 a.m. You can only enter the building through the main office. Students, get to school on time.
Yeah, so lateness to school. We know that none of you sitting out there would ever be late to school. But in the event that there are people who are late to school, please know that there are consequences. All right, they're listed here. I'm not going to go through and read them. They're also listed in the student handbook. But know that there are consequences for continued tardiness to school.
All right, absence due to illness. If you're sick, and you're absent more than three or more consecutive days, please bring in a doctor's note. You can give the doctor's note in at the main office to Miss Davis. Just remember, if you're sick for 3 or more consecutive days, you must bring in a doctor's note and turn that into the attendance office.
Here's the other thing that we know none of you will ever do: cutting classes. And when we say cutting classes, we mean all your academic classes, all your elective classes, study halls, advisory. When you're assigned to be somewhere and you're not there, that's cutting a class. All right, and there are consequences for cutting a class that range all the way from extended detention, where if they continue, you could be looking at an out-of-school suspension. And again, I know none of you would ever consider cutting a class, but just make sure your friends don't do it either, so make them aware of the consequences.
Study halls. Study halls are not a free period. Study halls are a class that you must go to. You must go to your study hall teacher every day. Unless, which I believe we'll get into a little bit later, if you have a study hall at the beginning or the end of the day, you can bring in a note. I believe you can bring in a note from your parent.
You actually don't even need the note. You just need to check in at the main office.
And you can come in late. Like if you have a study hall first set, you can come in before your next class. You don't have to go to that study hall if it's in the very beginning or the very end of the day. If you're in the building, if you come here at 7:30 and you have a study hall at 7:30, you have to go to it.
Correct. And as Mr. Ross said, you must check in with the attendance secretary, because what will happen is if you have a study hall first set of the day and you stay home, because you will be marked absent. And the reason you check in with Mrs. Davis is so she can remove that absence and so that your family doesn't get the automated call that your child is missing from school. All right, the one condition is if you decide to come in late or leave early, you have to have your own transportation. If you can walk or ride your bike, that's great. Or if a parent can drop you off in the morning or pick you up in the afternoon.
Who knew I could predict the future? That topic was coming up. Sorry.
You're a psychic. I know.
I'm one step ahead of everybody.
What are tonight's winning lottery numbers?
I can't share those.
Thanks.
Cell phones. Cell phones are prohibited in class from 7:30 to 2:40. Again, do not take your cell phones out in class. Some of your teachers will be collecting phones at the beginning of each class. If you are using your cell phone in class, could result in disciplinary action, and you will get sent down to your administrator's office. So you might have to come visit me for a not so good reason. But that's not going to happen to anyone out there. You guys are all going to listen to all your teachers all the time.
Absolutely. Okay, security procedures. To ensure the safety of both students and staff, security cameras are installed in all public areas. 9 campus aides will patrol and secure all public areas. After 7:30 a.m., all exterior doors will lock, and entrance to the building must take place through a security officer in the main office. Gaining entrance into the building through an unauthorized entrance after 7:30 a.m. will result in an extended detention for that day. Advisors, maybe you want to pause the video for a second and ask students why. Why would we want to issue detentions if students are gaining access after 7:30 through any other door but the main door. Why do you think that is, Mr. Ross?
Because you never know who they're letting in, or another student that doesn't go here might come in the building.
Right. It's for all of our safety, okay? We want everyone to be safe, and the only way we can guarantee that is that they come through our security officer in the main office.
I mean, the minion got in because someone let him in. He just showed up in Mr. Franco's room. Someone let him in a side door, and he was just there.
But he's so cute, I decided to keep him.
Yeah, he can stay. He's been great.
He has been.
All right. Where are we now? Oh, closed campus.
Yeah.
Our campus is closed. No, we're closed, but we're still open. Like, closed campus means you can't leave campus. We're still open for school. You still have to show up. If I'm here, you're here. All right. So, closed campus. That means you can't leave. Once you come in this building, you can't leave. So, unauthorized areas leaving campus include outside of school, Schoolhouse Lane, Owen Road, all adjacent areas, all areas outside the building, including areas around the doorway, parking lot, athletic and playing field and tennis courts. Do not go. Once you're in the building, you're in the building. Campus privilege areas. Sophomores, you'll hear more about campus privileges in the second semester when if your grades are okay, you will have access to these areas instead of study halls. The atrium, the collaborative zone, the cafeteria, library, courtyard, individual student desks. But we will talk about that later in this semester.
Okay. And you just heard Mr. Ross talk about collaborative zones. So here you see a picture of the collaborative zone that's located outside the counseling suite. And you'll notice these are located all throughout the building. We are truly lucky to have the amazing facilities that we have here at our high school.
Students' responsibilities and expectations. So here's what I get to tell you guys what you're going to do. You will be an active participant. You're going to be an active participant in your learning. You will self-advocate and realize that you will get out of learning what you put into it. You will use your school-issued laptop for academic purposes only, directed by the teachers. You will follow the class rules and procedures as outlined by the teachers in all learning activities. Remember, come prepared and on time for class, and be ready to go and have the materials on your desk when the bell rings.
And some of your other responsibilities include to treat others with the same respect they hope to be treated with, including your peers, your teachers, the campus aides, administrators, secretarial staff, custodial staff, cafeteria workers, etc. Remember, we're all part of the Lower Merion High School family. You will seek out the opportunity to deal with conflict and resolve it in an appropriate, respectful, and nonviolent manner. You will uphold the reputation of your school community and home by caring for our school property and grounds. You will accept responsibility for your actions. You will be open to suggestions toward improvement made by your teachers, advisor, and/or counselor, and you will attend Lunch and Learn with an academic purpose in mind.
All right, some important dates to remember again. September 29th, Picture Day. It's also open house. And October 13th, PSAT and NMSQT. Minion, what is that? All those letters are bunched together. Oh, you guys got that? Okay, understood.
And ninth grade, here's the best part. On that day, when they take the PSAT and the NMSQT, you get to come in late that day.
Oh, I'm in ninth grade.
Ha! No, you're not. Yes, but ninth graders, something to look forward to. Okay, laptops. Hopefully many of you have already received your laptop during the early deployment or during the ninth grade orientation. If you have not yet received your laptop, make sure you have submitted and/or completed the following: the insurance premium, the online quiz, and the parent, guardian, and student electronic agreement. That's for ninth grade or new 10th graders only. But if all three of those things, until all three of those things are taken care of, you will not receive your laptops.
Your success is our goal, and that's what every adult in this building wants you to be successful. Please come to any of us if you're having any problems.
All right, we're so excited to have you all here and in person. And remember, you're going to enter to learn and you're going to go forth to serve. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful school year.
Wait, and before we go, guys, remember, if you take one thing from this, remember, if you have any questions, please go see Mrs. DeFranco.
We should have said Mr. Kilpatrick.
Yeah, or Mr.
go see Mr.
Kilpatrick if you have
Kilpatrick.
any questions. Absolutely. Do you have anything else you want to say?
And you can come visit him anytime. He lives in the 9th grade office.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.